Welcome back to another episode of the Quick 30 Podcast family. So much going on in the realm of sports between basketball, baseball, UFC, boxing. So much going on. But how are y'all feeling today with all this going on?
It's good, man.
Terrible. Feeling awful, man. Orioles suck. Cavs suck. It's not a good day over here.
It's all good, Mo. Like I said, man, we just gonna pray for him.
We have to.
Hey, should I tell the viewers what I did on Saturday?
He put his life in danger, y'all.
Look, y'all, I did skydiving. I told y'all I wasn't bluffing. If you want it from me personally, I'll send it to each and every one of y'all phones. But I showed the video to these guys, and these guys were laughing so hard. I was screaming at the top of my lungs. I'm not going to lie to you guys. When he first pushed me out, I was screaming. I was like, ah! But as time went on, I felt good, and I put a smile on, and I said I was Superman.
Nah, bro was doing tricks in the air.
I was spinning in the air when I first got pushed out.
Bro's life flashed before his eyes the moment he left the plane, bro.
Y'all heard Mo, though. He said if we get 1 million subscribers on any platform, he's jumping out that plane. So you will jump out that plane. And Zay's not slick either. He said that he was considering it.
Hey, bro, give me some time, bro. Because like I said, your video did look exhilarating, bro. But there was a key point in that video where you looked scared.
I was.
But like, see, I don't want to.
But now I feel like I can run through a brick wall now, though.
Nah, bro.
Just give me some time.
Give me that milli. Give me that million, I'll do it. Give me that million, I'll do it. That's the only way I'll do it.
But we do got to talk about the NBA, though. Some people have been speculating that these are one of the best playoff series of all time. So, I mean, even my own, shout out to my moms. My mom said these are one of the best playoff series since maybe the 90s, early 2000s. What do y'all believe about that? Do you think these playoff series are really what people are hyping it up to be?
It could be. Like, don't get me wrong. We've already seen 2 Game 7s, bro, and each and every last one of those games were close. But I want to see a little bit more, bro. I want to see a little bit more. You remember when Jimmy Butler and what's the dude from the Celtics, bro? They got face to face or whatever. Grant Williams. Yeah, bro. I want to see something like that. I want to see a little bit more of that. Not pushing like, Draymond Green level where you're averaging 5 fouls a game, but I would like to see a little bit more competitiveness. You feel me? But but besides that, it's all good. It's all good.
Hey, man, I think these playoffs have been amazing. Obviously, now even though my Cavs, we just lost on a game winner, but we got to take into account Aaron Gordon has 2 game winners. Tyrese Halliburton has 2 game winners. We've seen a lot of clutch plays. Jalen Brunson has been going crazy, especially in the fourth quarter of these playoffs. So I think these playoffs have been one of the most entertaining playoffs I've seen out of the NBA in a long time. Because usually it's just a bunch of blowouts until it gets to the finals, really.
Can I ask y'all something though? Speaking of the playoffs, when we gonna admit that James Harden doesn't show up for Game 7s? Or when I mean by that, he can't get past one.
Well, listen, man.
When we gonna admit that, bro? When we gonna
sometimes
admit
things
that, bro?
just happen.
I'm
not gonna hate on my
When we gonna admit that, bro? Because I got it right here, bro. I got it right here. 2011, Memphis, bro. When he was on OKC, bro, lost the Game 7. 2018, Golden State, bro, when he was on the Clippers. I got it right here again. 2015, bro, he lost to the Clippers when he was on Houston. 2023, he lost to Boston. And then might I add, this recent Game 7 against Denver.
He brought the receipts out for you, Mo.
I just want to know when can my boy get past the Game 7?
All James Harden has to do is not get to Game 7. He'll be fine. All right, it's just he'll be fine. He just can't get to Game 7, and that's okay.
He peed his pants in the last Game 7.
Man,
cool.
dominated
he had
the
7
entire
points.
series, but had 7 points.
Happens to the best of them.
Like, I
Choke
just want to
artist.
know when can we stop like glorifying this man? You feel me? Because he can't get past the game 7, no matter what team he was on.
No, I agree.
That's fine.
I agree.
That's fine. He should have won. He should have won Game 7 in Houston with Chris Paul, but he was injured, so you know.
I don't want to hear that.
Against
You was
Golden
up
State?
3-1, bro.
Bro, Chris Paul got injured. Bro.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Game 7, bro.
That's another story,
Chris
though.
Paul was injured, and then they were up. At half. Okay, they just ended up missing 27 threes in the second half.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. That's on you. If you miss 27 threes, that's on you.
You right.
That's on you. But these playoffs have been exciting, though. Absolutely stellar, exhilarating, and everything about them, like how y'all just pointed out, these to me are the most competitive playoffs I've seen in a long time. Everybody's competing, and the best part about all of this is I love it because they're letting them play. They're letting them play throughout the whistle. I remember you told me that off camera mode that this has been the fewest calls since the 90s with fouls.
Yep.
So, I mean...
Yep. Especially in the fourth.
I love... I love it. I'm excited for it. This is the... Last year... Not even just last year. The previous 10 years... I haven't seen nothing this competitive. Yeah, we could say that we've seen a competitive finals, but we haven't seen a competitive first round, second round, and all these rounds in a very long time. So, with that being said, was y'all expecting this initially? Were y'all expecting that these playoff series were gonna be this hectic?
Nah, to be honest, because like I know you really can't compare the regular season to the playoffs because it's two totally different styles of basketball being played. But the officiating should have been the same, bro. So I'm like, the fact that they were, making dumb calls throughout the regular season, and then like you said, we're watching the playoffs and like they letting them play throughout the fouls, throughout the contact, bro. Because now it's like you get slapped on the arm. You got to play through that. Whereas, like I said, if you were playing the regular season, you get love tapped. It's a foul. So, I didn't expect this. I can't even lie.
Hey, man, I didn't expect this either. Like Zay said, the calls, I thought, usually the referees are very consistent throughout the year. They usually call the same calls, but in the playoffs, they do call it back a little bit, but they've, changed. I was watching these games the last few days. I'm seeing guys usually who draw fouls get thrown on the floor, and the referees just stare at them, telling them to get up. And that's
good.
what I like to see.
That's good.
I love
what
to
I like
see.
And that's another thing. These referees, them not calling the calls really starts to make it both teams start getting intense because they're starting to get mad that the referees aren't calling nothing. So then they just start playing harder. They start playing more physical, and that's what playoff basketball is all about.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying for me, the most memorable moment of this was two actually. The first one was James Harden was about to fight Aaron Gordon. That was about to be a bad day for James Harden. I think Aaron Gordon would have did some really bad, intentional, nasty thing. Pause. To James Harden.
Hey!
No, dude, I really didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to say that. No, Diddy. No.
Come on,
the second moment was when the whole Rockets and Warriors series. I was loving that series because I don't like the way Draymond plays, but he tried to do that to Dylan Brooks, and Dylan Brooks said, "Hey, I'm not with that." He tried to do that to Amen Thompson. Amen Thompson's not with that. So seeing them two play that physical, it put a smile on my face. They was fighting the whole series. But I have a question for y'all. Do you think Draymond should have got kicked out of the Rocket series? I think he should have.
Nah.
Bro, he kicked somebody in the head, bro.
Nah.
He hit Dylan Brooks in the face, bro. He was trying to
Nah.
get physical with the men tops, and he plays dirty.
Hey, bro.
You gotta do what you gotta do to win.
Nah, bro. Y'all taking up for this man. Nah,
hold on,
bro.
Mike. It's playoffs, and then on top of that, you finna sit here and say that Houston wasn't playing physical too? Do you not see the way they was guarding Steph? They were holding on to that man, bro. They was playing physical as well. So, shoot, and plus you match that with playoff basketball, bro. Nah, y'all want to get physical, bro? We finna get physical back. And knowing Draymond being Draymond, he not scared to kick a few chests in. He not scared to crack a skull in the post. So
yeah, hey. Mike, you know about that.
All right, we don't got to talk about
what's the bonus? What's the bonus?
He should got kicked out that game, bro. He should be he should have been suspended.
Why was Sabonis grabbing his leg?
He should have been suspended, bro. I hope
for defending himself. Why was Sabonis grabbing his leg, bro? Why are you grabbing? Why you
stomping somebody in the chest?
Because you grabbed his leg.
No, he grabbed his leg because he didn't mean to. It was just a reaction. Stomping on the chest is not a reaction.
Leg? How do you not mean to grab somebody's leg? Like,
bro, he did not mean to grab his leg.
So what was the purpose for grabbing his leg?
So he had to stomp his chest in?
So he had to grab his leg?
You have to defend yourself. As a grown man, you have that right.
No, that's a fact, bro. Like, and plus the bonus was on the ground, bro. And Draymond was trying to get to the other end of the court. Somebody grabbing my leg, bro. Respectfully, I'm kicking them in their chest too, bro. Get off me.
We gonna talk about the next thing, but Draymond's a dirty player. There is one game, I believe it was 6 or 7, where he should have got kicked out, man. He had like 2 flagrant fouls. He was a matter of having another one, and he should have got kicked out for it.
Nah, bro. It just seemed like you don't like Draymond, bro.
I don't like Draymond. He plays dirty, bro. Who likes Draymond Green?
I do.
I like the physicality, bro.
Right.
Like the league already knows how Draymond coming, bro. So it's up to the players to match his energy.
It's terrible.
What? Man, it's a contact sport, bro. This is what you signed up for.
With what happened last night, the Cavs are now down 0-2 in the series against the Pacers. Do we believe that, they're going back to Indy, that the Cavs can get a win there?
I believe we can, but it all depends on the availability of our players. If either Mobley or Garland is not playing, I really don't like our chances. But I really do need Garland to play in this series. Because we can tell, even though we were up 20 last night, the flow of the game at the end of the game, it was
terrible.
Not there. Donovan Mitchell was dead tired, hands on the knees and everything. Jared Allen was dead tired. We're just too limited with our rotation, and it's just like, it's ridiculous. That's why they grabbed the offensive rebound when Tyrese Halliburton missed that free throw.
Oh, I got so
everybody was too tired to try and go get it. And we can't have that in these playoffs. So I need either Mobley, Hunter, especially Garland to play. But if they don't play, I don't see us. We might get swept, man. We might look like them 2015 Hawks out here.
Nah, I agree, bro. Especially with not having DG with y'all. Y'all got to put in Ty Jerome, bro. And last night, my boy only scored 2 points. With Darius Garland being out, that's a huge key to the Cavs' offense and defense. So Ty Jerome got to step up. And even though he had 10 boards, my man Jared Allen only had 3 points, dog. There's no reason why you're grabbing boards and not putbacks either, bro. You definitely got to step up. Donovan Mitchell, bro, he had almost a 50 ball, bro. He had 9 assists. Like, y'all can't keep doing that. And then, like you said, Mo, the rotations got to be better. And I watched the game live, bro. He purposely missed the free throw on purpose so they could get the board. I thought they were going to get the putback to put the game into overtime. But nah, they let Tyrese Halliburton take it up top and go to work. But yeah, bro, it's a lot. So praying that Darius Garland and Evan Mobley can come back, because being down 0-2, the Cavs need to be worried a little bit.
One more thing I got to say, Donovan Mitchell got to start hitting some threes, man. He got to start hitting some threes. This man, I think, has only made like 2 or 3 threes, and he's taking like 20 of them. Like, it's ridiculous out here. I understand he scored 48, but Donovan Mitchell, if you were hitting some threes last night, you would put up a playoff record. I'm telling you, like a playoff record. I'm talking to you specifically because I know you watch it, Donovan. I know you watch us. I know you watch us. I know you do. You got to hit some threes. Love you, dog, but you got to hit some threes, man.
Yeah, I got so much to say about this. I'm going to just start off one by one. Well, your team sucks, okay? Now, if y'all lose 4-0, which I think will happen, you're never going to stop hearing my voice. I might go on a rant. I might post everything bad the Cavs have done this whole playoff series on my story about 25 times and tag you in it. Because there's no excuse for what transpired last night. I don't want to hear, no Darius Garland, no Evan Mobley. You were up 20 points at one time in the third quarter. They go on a 17-6 run on y'all and come back in the game. Mo, not just that. They go on an 8-0 run in 47 seconds? Are you kidding me? And that's your team right there, though, right? Just want to clarify that to everybody.
My team that's in the playoffs, not yours.
My team could never. If we were in the playoffs,
my team could never make the playoffs.
My team could never. Y'all were first in the East, and y'all are getting ready to get swept. Oh, this feels good. So, Mo, I just want to ask you
they're not about
something.
to get swept, bro. They're not about to get swept.
They're going to get swept. They're going to get swept. Because Indy's going to win at home. Indy's going to win at home.
Don't let Garland play. That's all I got to say. Garland plays, we come back in the series and win.
Mo, how do you... how does this resonate in your head that Tyrese Halliburton... And mind you, both of y'all, matter of fact, he's over. I told y'all this off camera. Y'all said Tyrese Halliburton is overrated. Y'all agreed with the NBA and the fans. He sure wasn't overrated last night.
You right.
That was a good shot.
I can't say nothing. It was tough. It was a tough shot. I mean, like a step back. You know what I'm saying? Ty Jerome had his hand in his face, but he just hit the shot. And I think, and the crazy thing about that is, even though everybody calls him overrated, everyone who watched that game knew as soon as Tyrese Halliburton shot that it was going in. Like, I know I wasn't the only one. I know I wasn't the only one that believed that. He hit it from the same spot Bron did when he hit the game winner in 2018. That's what made it worse. It was full circle moment. Same spot, same court. Like, man. But
Mo, yeah, I just had to. I pointed that out, and another thing I have to point out is just that when you have a lead like that, I don't care who's out on the floor. You should never let a team come back like how the Pacers did last night. No excuse for it. No excuse.
For sure. You know what that reminds me of?
What is that?
Duke.
Yeah, it does.
That was literally what Duke did. They couldn't inbound the ball at all and couldn't score no points in the last minute of the game. And they lost.
Like, how are you feeling when you just seen that when the score was 119 to 112, that Max Strus causes a turnover, Siakam gets a layup, Donovan Mitchell gets dunked on a putback from the free throw line. That made it all worse. When I seen that, I said, gosh, they really suck. Then I was like, it put the needle in the pen when I seen Tyrese Halliburton miss the free throw, get it back, and shoot the three for the game winner. Y'all suck. Gosh.
I mean, besides like Donovan Mitchell getting dunked on, like what more do you want him to do? This man almost had a double-double.
No, it wasn't Donovan Mitchell's fault. The real fault, it was the whole team. That's the reason they lost.
For sure. I'm blaming Ty Jerome.
Yeah, I'm blaming Ty Jerome.
You was a 6-man candidate. You was known for being an efficient, almost 50, 40, 90 player. And you come into the playoffs, you start turning the ball over. You start missing easy layups. You start just selling. And in a time where we don't have Garland, that's not what we need from you. Ty Jerome, I'm speaking to you because I know you be watching this too. Come on now. You got to play better, dog. Like, in order for us to even have somewhat of a shot without Garland, you got to be the guy. It can't just be Donovan, as we can see. Because this is just looking like the Celtics series from last year. When Jared Allen went down, Garland decided to sell, and it was just Donovan Mitchell out there until he got hurt. So, if we keep playing like this, Donovan Mitchell's going to get hurt, and then we're going to get swept.
I mean, what do y'all have to do defensively to stop the Pacers?
Defensively, we have to, first of all, we give the Pacers way too many looks at the free throw line extended to get off that stupid mid-range shot. I'm tired of Nemhard just rolling around, catching the ball right there and hitting it. Miles Turner has been killing us both games. We gotta figure out a way to stop Miles Turner because every time he gets the ball, it feels like he scores. Last night, when we had momentum, you know who brought them back in the game? Benedict Mathurin.
He had a sneaky 19 too, bro.
He was in foul trouble the entire first half. He wasn't doing nothing. As soon as we got a little bit of momentum, here this man go. Layup, put back dunk, threes. Like, I'm like, bro, like, come on, man. And I was literally saying, like, we have to put him away now because in that fourth quarter, the Pacers do not play. They do not play in the fourth quarter. They live for moments like that. And if we want to be a championship team like we think we are, we got to be able to close games like that out.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh, my fault, Zay. Was you about to go ahead?
Oh, no, I was just saying I agree.
Yeah, Mo, to both of y'all, actually, what needs to transpire specifically in Indy for y'all to even have a chance?
Evan Mobley and Darius Garland get healthy again.
What if they're still hurt though?
Jesus. I was about to say Jesus. Prayers.
Genuinely, if we were gonna win a game without Mobley, Hunter, and Garland, it was supposed to be that one. We were up 20. Max Strus was cooking in the first half. He started cool off in the second half, but he hit a big shot to put us up 5 late in the game. You know what I'm saying? Dean Wade playing great defense. He had great offensive rebounds in the first half, but the second half it was like, man, nobody wanted to crash the boards at all, especially late in the second half.
Yeah, it was bad. So it was killing.
So we gotta crash all, especially if Mobley's out. All fives gotta crash the board. We gotta limit the offensive rebounds. We gotta limit their transition because the Pacers, what they love to do and what they do best is run up and down that floor. Run up and down that floor. You saw in the first half when we limited their transition, we was up 20. But when they started getting to the transition, we lost the game.
I thought the
it's
Pacers,
really just that.
To both of y'all, I thought the Pacers weren't a good basketball team.
Hold on. I ain't never said the Pacers weren't a good basketball team.
What of y'all said that?
I said Tyrese Halliburton was overrated.
Okay, we're gonna get to that too. We're gonna get to that too. But how are the Pacers? The Pacers are a great basketball team. I think they're very underrated.
I think, all right, they are very underrated. They earned my respect after last night's game, but it's just they don't. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton, is he a star? Yes, I guess you could say that, but I just don't see, like, I don't know. I can't even say that because I was really about to say at the end of the game, ISO situation. They're not an ISO team. That's the thing. They are a team that is based off of pushing the ball and executing their plays. Once you run them down late into the shot clock, they're not as effective, but unless it's the last 5 seconds of the game, like, you know, obviously, because clearly in the last 5 seconds of the game, they want to hit some shots. But in the last 5 seconds of the shot clock, they ain't going to hit none. But it's all right. It's all right. You know, the Pacers, they earn my respect. You know, they may be a little bit dirty because they injured Evan Mobley and DeAndre Hunter in the same game. But I'm not going to hate on them.
Hey, Donovan Mitchell was trying to injure Neesmith.
You mean Neesmith? Neesmith almost broke this man's neck. What are you talking about? Donovan Mitchell had to get him back for that. Once he dunked on him, he was like, "Oh no, I'm about to foul you." So he fouled him. Late in the game, it's whatever. We're gonna get back at it on Friday. We're gonna see what's popping.
Y'all gotta eliminate the mental mistakes, bro. Y'all really do.
For sure.
The mental mistakes are bad.
Mental mistakes, the turnovers.
No way the 2 offensive rebounds in the final seconds of the game. That's terrible.
Sad.
Now, I got another question for both of y'all. Y'all both claim that, I know this for sure, that Tyrese Halliburton is overrated. I think he quieted y'all down yesterday. Do you think he's still overrated?
After that shot, I'm gonna say nah. Like Mo said, he definitely earned my respect after that shot.
Okay, just had to check. I'm the only Tyrese Halliburton liker around here.
Bro, it's because, bro, like Mo said, it was a great shot, and once it was off the release, you knew it was going in. So, yeah,
So
I
if
can't wait to see what they do.
Shot, you would still say he's overrated.
Yes,
for sure.
Yes.
First of all,
get out
you're supposed
of here.
to hit those. You're supposed to hit those as a star player of the Indiana Pacers, top of the key, and you get your own board. and then want to take it out the top of the key. And then he had time to put the ball in the hoop to send the game into overtime. But now he wanted to kick it back out and then try to take the lead and win the game. So
he had to.
For the confidence to do that, I would have been like, if he would have missed, I'm like, yeah, you're overrated, bro. Because that's the shot you're supposed to hit.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
No, but you gotta think about it, Mike. You gotta think about it. He was at the free throw line and he missed the free throw.
They were down 2.
Had he not grabbed that board, he would have sold the game. I definitely would have called him overrated, and I still think he's overrated. I don't care about none of that.
No.
Because you gotta understand, Tyrese Halliburton did not do anything until the fourth quarter started. He didn't do a dang thing. So
yeah, he scored 11 of his 17 in the fourth. Yeah.
Exactly. So I like the way we played Tyrese Halliburton all game. I really do.
It's because
he just ended up hitting that shot, and if that's the shot you got to hit to win the game, I'm okay with it.
Right.
Y'all are saying he's overrated because he's not putting up 30, 35 a night. He's one of the most technical point guards in the NBA. He's actually a top 5 guard to me personally.
But the thing is, like, especially after yesterday, you know what I'm saying? They're just a great team all around. You know what I'm saying? Like Tyrese Halliburton, I don't really think he's necessarily that tough. I don't think he's that tough. I mean, he be aura farming though. I'll give him that. He got aura sometimes. You know, he be doing some crazy stuff. But like in terms of being a top 5 guard, I mean, some days he'll play like it. A lot of days he doesn't. But...
No. I ain't gonna lie. When it's time for the clutch, he steps up. He did it against y'all last night. You said what?
He do.
Yeah, he did it against the Bucks. He did it against y'all. He did it last year against New York. You can't tell me that this guy isn't clutch. Y'all guards ain't gonna do that though in the playoffs.
All right, Tyrese Halliburton's full team is playing, but you know,
you said my team.
We got 3 starters out, and all of a sudden we suck. You know what I'm saying? But it's all right.
You said my team, bro. Can the Bulls even make the playoffs? That's the question. Like, can the Bulls get past Miami?
Hey, y'all call this guy overrated, but low key, and I agree with this 1,000% because I heard it from someone else and I went back and watched some film. Tyrese Halliburton actually pushes the tempo of the game. He can slow it down when he wants to too. He gets and y'all call him overrated because he's not scoring 35, 40 a night, but he's getting other guys involved like how he did. Other people are getting 20 plus points on the team. Like, let's be real here. So. Let's be real here. Will we be watching Neimark and Nesmith if it wasn't the Pacers? If Tyrese Halliburton wasn't the guard, will they be averaging or getting 20 a night?
I mean, they could. They're great cutters and great
Miles Turner too.
With extra possessions. Miles Turner been like that.
I'm about to say Miles Turner can get that.
No. He's better with Halliburton though. He's better with Tyrese.
But we saying he can get that. But he's saying he can without Tyrese Halliburton.
He was like that when Sabonis was on the team, bro.
Look. All I'm saying is Tyrese makes the guys around him better.
I mean, he's a point guard. If he didn't, that'd be a problem.
It'd be a problem, yeah.
You're praising him for being able to
a point guard. Yeah, you're praising him
and delivering the clutch moments and make the smart plays and execute when they need him to.
That's the job of a point guard.
And he shoots really good from the field too. That's another thing.
That's cool. He ain't better than Garland though.
He's better. He's 10 times better than Garland. Stop it.
Stop it. He's not better than Garland.
I think one thing though the Cavs need to adjust is y'all gotta stop them from shooting, bro. You know, both these games from the field, they've shot above 50% from the field. Y'all have not shot nowhere near that.
Yeah, we're just cold. We're cold. That's what it is. We started off hitting threes and playing defense, but like I said, the fatigue really set in. Once you get tired, your legs feel heavier, man. So we got a good amount of rest. We're gonna get a good amount of rest for Friday. I don't want to see no excuse. They shouldn't even be tired. We had all the time. We swept the first round. We had all the time in the world to rest, but apparently they must have been partying or something. They must have thought the first round was the championship or something. Because I don't know what's good with them.
What happens for both of y'all? Zay first. What happens when the Cavs get 4-0? I've been hearing so much praise from both of y'all about them this whole season. What happens when they get 4-0?
4-0. So wait, Mike. I know you're a Cav hater because that's Mo's favorite team, but let's speak realistically, bro. You honestly think that the Cavs are about to get swept?
Yes, 1,000%, yes. I think they
There's
take
no
2 in
way.
Indy.
There's no way, bro, that you think that the Cavs are about to get swept. We're about to dictate 2 games, bro. 2 games. Like it's like they should be worried, yeah, but they're not getting swept. They're not getting swept.
They're getting swept.
Yeah.
4-0.
If the Cavs were to get swept, it would solely be because we're injured. So I'm not like too worried about it. You know, everyone can make fun of us all you want, but you can't deny the fact that 3 starters are hurt. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. One's got a dislocated thumb, one's got a sprained ankle, and one's got a sprained big toe. And mind you, and everyone's saying, oh, it's just the big toe. For guards like Garland, who are really quick and shifty, it is really hard to do something when your big toe is hurt because that's the center balance of your foot. So I don't know what y'all want him to do or what us to do when we're down 3 starters. So I'm not that worried about it, honestly. Because when they come back, I know what's the word.
And when they come back,
Mike,
they'll still lose.
Like Mike, that's like saying you watching Golden State and Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond are hurt. You watch Minnesota, Anthony Edwards, Julius Randle, and Mike Conley or Naz Reid is hurt.
They still got the guy. They still got Donovan Mitchell. And y'all want to bring up so bad to the point where there was no... Bro, in game 1, the only person who wasn't playing was Garland.
AKA the closer of another closer on our team? What are we talking about?
Right,
All-star? The almost 50, 40, 90 player? Bro, if Tyrese Halliburton was missing this series, I promise you.
Tyrese Halliburton is the equivalent to Donovan Mitchell. Of course, if he wasn't playing, they would lose.
Halliburton was missing because he's their point guard. If he was missing this series, you would be like, nah, they don't got Halliburton. They don't got Halliburton because Halliburton's an all-star. Halliburton's an efficient player, right? So when Garland gets hurt, we just sweep it under the rug.
But y'all still have Donovan Mitchell though. That is 100%
that
healthy.
Doesn't matter.
And
who else is an all-star on the Pacers?
Mike, so the Pacers don't got Miles Turner, Nesmith.
None of them are equivalent to Darius Garland.
But but they can't get the job done though, bro. That's kind of what we're saying.
So what Zay is saying, if they're down 3 starters, right? If they're down 3 starters, not 3 role players, 3 starters of a team that was the 1 seed, are we still looking at them differently?
Looking at them the same.
Are we going to treat them as
if
it's the same team that we've seen all year long, even though they're down 3 of the guys that got them there?
No. Look. All I'm saying is that if this was the same predicament, y'all would be talking crazy. Look, I don't care. You have to just think about it like this. Yes, I understand there's those 3 starters and blah 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 blah. That's cool, but if Tyrese Halliburton had another guard like Darius Garland and he got hurt, I would still be like Tyrese Halliburton has to be that guy and they have to win.
Donovan Mitchell scored 48. What do you want him to do?
What else you want him to do, Mike?
We don't have.
Don't turn the ball over in crucial time. Don't elbow somebody in the face.
God.
Don't get dunked on.
Donovan Mitchell may have gotten dunked on, but let's not act like he ain't punched on Siakam. Come on now. Don't
When
act
the game
like he ain't
didn't
punched
matter.
on Siakam.
When the game didn't matter.
Okay.
We are up
what you mean
15
when the
to
game
20
didn't matter?
points.
What you mean? Clearly the game mattered at the end. The game was still being played. So Donovan Mitchell and also dunking on Donovan Mitchell is not an impressive feat. Bro's only 6'3". That's small in the NBA. So stop acting like that shit is crazy. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to say that. My fault, yo. My fault, Ma.
Now we had an impressive game yesterday. The Wolves versus the Golden State Warriors. Were we impressed that the Warriors were able to win without Steph Curry?
I was.
Go ahead, Mo.
My bad, but I was, for the sole fact that, especially what had just happened the game before with us, the Warriors were up like 15-20 without him, and then the Timberwolves ended up coming back at the end, and then Buddy Hield and Jimmy Butler put him away. That was what we needed to see. That's why they got Jimmy Butler, because if they did not get Jimmy Butler and Curry went down like this, man, the Wolves would have had a field day over there, man, because, the Warriors ain't nothing without no Steph Curry. But Jimmy Butler, he was able to facilitate. He had, I think, 8 or 9 assists. Buddy Hield started clicking. Buddy Hield's been amazing these playoffs.
Yeah, he has.
He's been amazing. And I really liked what I saw from the Warriors. I do think they do have a shot at winning if Steph Curry is not playing for however long with the hamstring sprain or strain.
Nah,
Yeah,
Mo, I agree, bro. It's more so because, like you said, between the duo of Jimmy and Buddy, if Buddy can keep shooting the way he's been shooting, this series and last series as well, like you said, definitely have a shot at winning. And Mo, I'm gonna correct you on this one. Jimmy Butler had a double-double. He had 20. What was it? 20 and 11. He had 11 assists. So
11.
Yeah.
Dang.
So them two were cooking, and Draymond had 18. Had 18 points too, so he was also a key factor as well. So for Steph being that star player that they need, and I think I told Mike this off camera. My personal opinion in the league right now, there's not a player more like demoralizing to a team than a hot Stephen Curry. So without Steph, it is going to be rough. But what they showed last night and at Minnesota. They showed us that they can get the win without Steph. But I will say this though, that does not mean that Minnesota will have a game like they had last night. Because you got to remember, Anthony Edwards only had 1 point the first half, and he ended the game with 23, I believe. And Mike Conley didn't score at all. He was 0 for 3 from the field, and it was just. I don't know what was going on with Minnesota yesterday. Like it was bad. Like they did creep up. But it's when Minnesota get that momentum, it's hard to stop them. So let's just keep going. Hope that Golden State can keep that train going.
So you think they are going to win without Steph?
If
Steph doesn't play.
Oh yes. I think they have a shot. Still.
So this is the most gratifying moment of this podcast. Is proving both of y'all wrong. Okay. Yes, this looked rough, for the Minnesota Timberwolves that they lost yesterday. But I can tell y'all something, and it's going to change y'all perspective. Draymond Green, in his life, will never score 14 points in the first half ever again. What I was seeing yesterday, Draymond was acting like he was Steph Curry. He would never shoot 4 threes like that, go 4 for 5, 4 for 6 starting in the first half. If he doesn't score them points, Golden State momentum stops right then and there. That's 1 point. 2 points are, I love what y'all said about Buddy Hield. I think he's phenomenal, and I love what he did against the Houston Rockets last series. But in this series, if Steph Curry's out, I can't count Buddy Hield as being that second guy to consistently score 25 or 30 points a night. Now, I do think he can score 15, get some threes here and there, but I can't count on him to be the reliable guy or second option every night. If the Warriors want a shot at winning, they have to perform like that every night, or if Draymond doesn't score like that, Jimmy Butler and Buddy Hield have to be the guys every game in the series. I think Jimmy Butler can, but I don't know if Buddy Hield can be the guy.
Hey, bro, I think and someone could be, I could be wrong on this, but it did say I think it said on ESPN, Buddy Hield was 5 for 8 from 3.
Yeah, he's 5 for 8.
So,
yeah.
I'm gonna just keep it a being like that, bro. Buddy Hield can definitely give you that bucket, bro. Now is he a Steph? Is he gonna be shooting like Steph, like pulling from deep? Nah, he might give you like, I'll probably say maybe 6 threes a game. But we just need him to step up like that. Go ahead, bro.
I don't think it's going to be on a consistent basis. And another thing is, the Wolves will never play like that again. They are the third best offense in the league. They will never look that discombobulated ever again. What I seen yesterday was absolutely atrocious. They went 7 for 47 from the 3. They didn't make their first 3 till after 16 shots. And they went 14 minutes, bro, without scoring a field goal. That's never going to happen again.
I mean, that's a fair point, but at the same time, it's like the Timberwolves shown that they've struggled from the 3, because if you combine their last 2 games, they're 12 for 76 from 3. So clearly there's been an issue with Minnesota and shooting threes recently. If they continue to do that, I have the Warriors, because the Warriors have a good defense.
They do.
Yeah, they do. With Jimmy, they're the best defense in the league.
Defense, so that's the defense. I'm not saying the offense is why I believe that the Warriors can win this series. I think they win this series defensively, because like you said, a fair point. I didn't really think about that, about Buddy Hield and his consistency. We've seen Buddy Hield all throughout wherever he's played. He'll show up one game, look like Curry, and the next game he'll look like, I don't even know, the worst NBA player you could think of. So it really's got to be their defense. I'm sorry for cutting you off, Mike. You can continue.
No, you good. And you brung up a fair point that their defense is one of the best in the league. But with the Minnesota Timberwolves, we got to put into consideration, too, that Anthony Edwards would never, I don't think that I can't say that because he didn't look that good against the Lakers in Game 6. But continuing forward, I think that their coach is going to make some adjustments and tell them, look, y'all need to stop shooting the three from now on. Go in the middle. Mm-hmm. That's my advice to the Timberwolves to win. I think they can still win. I think I got them winning in 6. I think the Warriors will win one more. But if the three's not working, go in the middle. Please go in the middle. Because when Anthony Edwards was going in the middle in the second half, they couldn't stop him. All his points came in the second half. Nas Reed eventually got some threes, but like Mo said, when they were able to get some momentum going, Golden State was able to shut it down because Buddy Hield or Jimmy Butler would score a bucket.
One thing I'd like to. Oh, my bad, Zay. You go.
Now you good. I just want to ask Michael a question real quick because I want to bring back what he said about Draymond and not being able to shoot like that again. You do realize that the first shots that Draymond does take are threes, and he's been cashing them, right? And this is playoffs, right? And they're without Steph. So he has no choice but to do that again, bro.
You can't sit here and tell me Draymond Green's going to shoot 4 or 5 threes a game.
He's not a shooter. I'm not going to sit here and say that Draymond is a shooter. But if the defense is going to, play off of him, like guard him from the free throw line, and if you think that Draymond is not going to pull that, he's proven from. Mike, you can't sit here and say that if somebody is guarding Draymond from the parking lot, bro, and kind of disrespecting him from the top of the key, and we've seen that Draymond. Bro, that's very disrespectful, bro. Like
it's an NBA player,
bro. Like I said, Draymond Green is not a shooter, bro. But if he's open on the top of the key, bro, there is a high chance that he's going to hit those, bro. And you got players that's guarding him from the free throw line. They're like, all right, you're not hitting that. He's going to hit two back to back. Like, step up, bro. They got to step up. They have to.
No, because we got to think about it. We got to think about it like this. I would leave Draymond Green open because, look, Rudy Gobert is on him. What does it look like for Rudy Gobert to step up and guard Draymond Green from the 3-point line?
I was just about to ask you that. I was just about to ask you.
No, you can't do that.
If you want to stop him from possibly making a 3, you have
I'm
no
gonna risk
choice
it.
but to.
I'm gonna risk it. Draymond Green is a below 30% shooter from 3. If I'm Minnesota, I'm gonna keep telling Rudy, stand all the way back and do not guard this man up top because he plays like a point forward. I'm not threatened by his 3-point shot.
But I got a question. If you're okay with Rudy guarding Draymond, right? And Draymond's mainly the guy that's in the top of the 3-point line, setting screens, doing all that. That does make it harder for Rudy because when Draymond sets a screen, Rudy has to come up. Mm-hmm. Especially if he set one for Buddy or Brandon Podds or any one of their shooters. So I was just wondering, Mike, do you think that they should switch Rudy off of Draymond because Draymond runs around a lot? Because that might tire out a big guy like Rudy. Do you think that's going to be the best matchup for him?
I think that is the best matchup for him. That's good thinking because, like you say, he has to step up and he can't keep up with them shooters. Everybody on Golden State moves so fast. So they're going to – if I was Golden State, Minnesota, I would not run man. I would run a good zone and put Rudy by the paint and let my guards kind of handle the top of the key.
That's smart.
If I was a coach, I'm Coach Mike right now because y'all see the headset. But, I have a question for both y'all because y'all said that Golden State will win, even if Steph doesn't come back. Mm-hmm. If Ant-Man gets to going like how he did in the second half, and we know what he can do with the basketball, we know how spectacular he is, will Golden State still win?
Yes.
It all depends on how the role players play. In my opinion,
I say yes, bro, because, but like both of y'all said, with the addition of Jimmy, Golden State's defense has been ridiculous. So I really feel like they should have a plan to shut Anthony Edwards down.
Yeah, I think they can still win. But the role players for Minnesota has to step up. Mm-hmm. Nas Reed's got to step up. McDaniel's got to hit some shots. DiVincenzo's got to hit some shots.
Gosh, he got to hit some shots.
All these people got to hit some shots because it can't just be. And the Warriors are a team where you need a whole. They're a team that you need the whole team to be. You can't just have one person.
Julius Randle got to show up too.
Mike Conley too. You cannot go a game scoreless again either. Mike Conley has to step up. That's unacceptable. In a playoff series, bro, you have to score something, bro. Something. So, now, like I said, it might be tough if Minnesota gets that momentum, but I really, really feel like it determines if Steph come back or not.
Now he's going to be out for game 2. They already ruled him out.
Yeah,
but if he
might be out like 7 days. They said
7 days.
If it's a grade 1 hamstring sprain, that usually takes 7 to 10 days to heal.
Yeah, they said it's a left hamstring strain. Yeah, so
if it's grade 2, it takes 2 to 3 weeks. So let's just hope it's grade 1.
Because if he comes back in the series, now I will be very transparent. I am a little apprehensive and scared about that. Because he did have 13 and looked good before he, got injured. So I would be a little. If Steph comes back, I'm gonna be like, Minnesota is looking a little scary, man.
Definitely winning if Steph come back.
Mm-hmm.
But we gotta see though. Do y'all believe that without, we were talking about without Steph, how are the Warriors going? What should be their game plan every single game now from now on offensively? Because we know what they can do defensively.
Get a ball to Jimmy. Give the ball to Jimmy. Give the ball to Jimmy.
No Draymond. Yeah. No.
Nah, as a matter of fact, give the ball to Jimmy. Draymond come set a screen and Jimmy go off of that. If Draymond want to roll to the cup or if he want to flash out and stay on the top of the key, just give the ball to Jimmy. We've seen playoff Jimmy Butler on multiple different teams, and we know what he's capable of doing. So give the ball to Jimmy Butler.
I agree. Well said. Literally everything he said is what I was gonna say, man. Let Jimmy work.
Now Rudy Gobert, what he did last series, how he needs to implement what he did last series to this series. I understand that Draymond Green is a decoy, but go in the middle. If he goes in the middle and scores, Wolves in 5.
Hey, Mike, I'm not going to lie to you. I think I told you and Mo this, actually. I told y'all I really did not like Rudy Gobert. I really did not like him as a player. But this playoff series, bro, he's been hooping, bro. I think his last game against the Lakers, bro, he had, 27 points, 24 boards?
27, yeah.
I'm like, yo, Rudy, where did this come from? And mind you, the dude who sent you home the year before and said, you can't guard me, was on that same squad that you sent home. So I'm like, yo, hey, props to Rudy Gobert, yo. He really been hooping. Can't even lie.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert's got to eat if the Minnesota Timberwolves want to win, especially if Kevon Looney's not in the game. If Kevon Looney's not in the game, they don't have any size to guard him. So he's got to be able to be a force in the paint in order for them to have a shot of winning.
Nah, that is true.
Now, that all depends on if they feel like throwing him the ball. Because, every team Rudy Gobert's ever been on, they just don't throw him the ball in the post, ever.
I mean, that's because that's not who he is, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Granted, that's not the type of guy he is. But, I'm talking about, if he has somebody that's significantly smaller than him, you have to throw him the ball.
Yeah, you have to go up with it, bro. You can't. I don't care if he's not an offensive player or whatever the case may be. You have to go up, bro.
Bro, he airballed a Euro step layup yesterday, bro. That joint was funny.
I seen that, bro. I wasn't trying to say that. I was giving props to him, but that was kind of embarrassing.
Like Ant-Man said, they're going to win. Like how he said the Lakers were going to win in 5. I mean, the Wolves were going to win in 5 against the Lakers. I got them in 5. Now let me be realistic. 6. I say Minnesota in 6.
Superman.
See, listen, I got Warriors in 7, man. That's only giving grace to Steph Curry's injury. I do have a feeling that he will make a comeback in this series, but I got them going to a Game 7 with Minnesota.
Yeah, I think this is a 7-game series. I think regardless if Steph plays or not, it's a 7-game series. They're going to go back and forth because what we've seen from these two teams, we've seen the Timberwolves have bad shooting nights, and we've seen the Warriors have bad shooting nights in the previous series. So I think that it's going to be one of those things where you win one, lose one type of thing.
That's
and
the
Wolves will end up losing in 7. So
crazy how y'all going against my boy Ant-Man.
Listen, respect the Ant, bro. Respect the Ant, but I don't know. Championship DNA, bro.
Yeah, for me, bro, it's still levels to this NBA stuff, bro. And boy, Ant is going up against Golden State, bro. The same team that told him, when he was about to get drafted, that he wasn't working hard enough.
And that's why he's going to whoop them.
Nah,
they chose James Wiseman over him, bro. Where's James Wiseman now?
To be honest, I can't even tell you.
Yeah, I can't even tell you. Where is James Wiseman?
We don't know. But we know where Ant-Man's at, though.
Hey, man, I wouldn't be shocked if the Wolves end up winning. I would not. Obviously, I wouldn't be shocked.
Facts.
It'd be another legend that Anthony Edwards takes down because he took down your boy KD, he took down my boy Bron, and he might take down Steph.
Yeah, he took down the actor.
He took down KD, he swept him. But
oh man,
it's gonna be an interesting one.
Yeah, but we do got to log out of here. Is there anything else y'all want to get out to the people?
Hey, man, I know what it is. Keep comment, subscribe, share. I know we said this last vid, but we do have something cooking up for y'all this summer.
Woo.
So, y'all just stay tuned. Turn on them post notifications and, stay with us.
Hey, man. Hey, Cleveland, this is for you. You know what I'm saying? You got to lock in. I know as a Cleveland fan, you guys are, we're feeling the same way, but we just got to hang in there. Hope our team gets healthy. Game on Friday. Lock in. Keep following us. Keep subscribing. Keep showing us love on the TikTok. Keep showing us love on every single social platform. And yeah.
Hey, man. They said everything that I was going to say. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know the deal. We out.